Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is my first lecture on YouTube. I select the topic of gerund. What is gerund? Gerund is a common part of speech we use in our daily life, but we didn't recognize them that it is gerund. At the end of this video, we will be able to recognize them gerund in a sentence when we see them. Here we will take an in-depth look of gerunds and provide you with several examples of gerunds so that you will be able to recognize them when you see them. Let's start from the basic of the gerunds. The basic of the gerunds. The basic of the gerunds is all the verbs which end on ing, simply called gerunds. Now look at the definitions. All the verbs which end on ing but in sentence it acts as a noun. This is the definition of the gerunds. All the verbs which end on ing but act as a noun, this is simply called gerunds. There is no single rules for recognitions of gerunds, but inshallah we will be able to recognize them when we saw them in our daily life, when we saw them in our speeches, when we saw them in whatever the situation is. Now question arise that what is the difference between present participle and gerund. Now question is what is the difference. I simply write this. There is difference between present participles and gerunds, because present participle also verbs which end on ing. But look at the definitions. Here we will talk that all the verbs which end on ing but act as a noun. But present participle are those verbs which end on ing but didn't act as a noun. So there is a clear difference between present participle and gerunds. That these words also end with ing and this also end with words plus ing, but the main difference is present participles act as a verb, or we call it main verbs, or gerunds or verbs with ing but it act as a noun in a sentence. Now we saw the difference between present participle and gerunds. These two are very similar to each other, but there is a difference between their use. Their present participle use as a main verbs and gerund use as a noun in a sentence. Now How to find gerunds in a sentence? How to find gerund in a sentence? Question arises that how how to find gerund in a sentence. Now this question is very important, and by doing this job we will be able to recognize gerund in a main sentence. Simple is that verb with ing which is used as a noun in whatever the condition is, that will be gerunds. As we do the example of this gerunds, we will be able to recognize them, and notice that verbs that contain, notice that every single words in a sentence which end on ing. By the end of this quick lesson we will be able, or we will have no problem in recognize gerunds when you see them. Let's start the examples. Example number first example, swimming, swimming in the ocean has been Ahmed patience since he was 5 years old. Now look at this example. Initially you will you will recognize the gerunds as we studied before. Now look at here. We saw a verb. Swimming is a verb which end on ing. This is gerund. Now where is the verbs? Verb is here, or this is the simple gerunds. And now look at the simple. By doing the second example, inshallah you will be able, or you will recognize the gerund in a sentence. Look at the second examples. Let's go dancing at the club tonight. Now this is, dancing is a verb and the word end with dancing end with ing. This is called gerund, and don't confuse yourself with verbs and gerund, because every sentence must contain gerund, must contain verb. Gerund is not common, or that they must contain gerund in a sentence. So simple is that every sentence contain verbs, but it's not important that every content must there will be gerund. So now look at the third sentence, third examples. I delight telling Ahmed the bad news. So look at this sentence. This is simply subject, this is simply verbs. This is the gerund. Tell, telling is a verb and its end on a ing. This is simply gerunds. Now, inshallah, in this video, you will learn that how to recognize gerund in your daily life. Thanks.